Welcome back to my 12 Days of Christmas. This is day 5 and I'm very excited because the show we're covering today is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Quickly become one of my favourite shows to react to on the channel. One of my favourite shows in general as well, it's just fantastic. We kind of made it a regular fixture on the channel this year, and that will obviously continue into next year, as we're nearing the end of season 2 currently, so we'll finish the 3rd and final season next year, then move on to Legend of Korra. But yeah, I've just had an absolute blast with the show so far. It's so good, and I just can't wait to kind of finish it so I can watch all over again and really engage with the lore and the characters and everything kind of outside of it as I then delve into the Legend of Korra as well. And yeah, I just the fandom that I've kind of found my channel through the videos as well, and everyone who's just been Avatar fans in general. They've been such a lovely community of people to interact with. I haven't really had any bad experiences with the Avatar fandom in general that I've interacted with, which is very rare for me nowadays. So it is kind of a comfort to me, I think, when I kind of come and approach Avatar and I get to sit down and record it, because I know I'm probably going to be in for a bloody good episode, and then even the discussions and stuff afterwards, I'm going to have some really positive interactions with people. So shout out to everyone who does watch my Avatar reactions and enjoys them. Hopefully I get across just how much I love the show through them. But there's such a wonderful community of people that have kind of stumbled across me and interacted with me. So it's nice that the wholesome fun I have with Avatar, even when the show itself gets quite deep at times, can be reflected in the wholesome time that is Christmas, my favourite time of year. And I did struggle for a bit to kind of come up with an idea of what to do. So I knew I wanted to do something a bit kind of creative. And I also wanted to kind of have a Christmas element to it because of the wholesome nature of my experience with the show thus far, and the wholesome nature of Christmas. And I did think about what I did for the 100 last year. I made like a bauble themed around the 100, the anomaly stone in particular. And then it kind of hit me, oh, maybe I could do something similar to that. So, tentatively, we're going to try and make a Momo Christmas tree ornament to maybe put on here. If all goes well, we'll see. If the kind of tree ornament element completely falls apart and doesn't work out, it can just be a Momo figurine of some kind that I can maybe display. If it turns out good, it could be absolute trash. We'll find out. But I do have some modelling clay, so we're going to give it a go. This is air drying clay, so this is going to be filmed across 2 days. Obviously for you guys it's not going to be that long. But today I'm just making the kind of shape of the figure itself, and then it takes about 24 hours to completely dry, so then I'll come back tomorrow and paint it up and finish it off. So yeah, I'm hopeful I can make something okay. I thought it would be good to do Momo out of any character, because I think there's a lot of kind of, you know, he's small, he's got quite eccentric shaping to him in a way, very kind of large features I think are going to be easy to replicate modelling wise, as opposed to like any of the humanoid characters and stuff. My original plan was actually to buy like a paint it yourself piggy bank, and actually kind of make it look like Appa, but could I find a blank paint your own piggy bank that's just a pig? No. I went into Hobbycraft, they had dinosaur ones, they had giraffe ones, they had unicorn ones. Do they just do a pig one like a piggy bank anymore? Apparently not. So I had to abandon that idea, and I thought, well, let's just get some modelling clay and make Momo then. But Momo is awesome. I love Momo. Very sweet. So hopefully I can kind of bring some sort of personality to the tree ornament as well. We're going to see how it goes. I'm not a sculptor by trade. I'm not quite sure how it's going to pan out. I think even if I'm a bit unsure at the end of today, when I've actually made something, hopefully I think it's all going to come together maybe when I actually paint it. We'll see how it goes. But for now, I'm going to give it a good go, and at worst, it's going to be something that I throw in the bin and never talk about again. So let's get started. Okay, so we have the clay here. The brands are available. And I've also put a little image of Momo in the bottom corner of the screen. That is the image I'm going to kind of try and work from in sculpting this guy. I just thought it was a bit of an easier pose maybe for an ornament to have him be sat down like he is in that picture, rather than like wings out and flying about or whatever. Just because it can probably be a bit more kind of a concise block of clay rather than trying to do anything a bit too complicated and a bit above my skill level. So we're going to see how it goes. Also got a bit of wire to kind of maybe help support it if I need to, so it doesn't all fall apart. And I also thought it's just probably best to maybe have this like sticking in his back, which sounds horrible, and then I cover it in clay again to make like the hook, just so it's a bit more reinforced and a bit stronger, because I'd hate it to just like completely snap off without really trying it. So I might try and make a sort of exoskeleton with the wire first, and then add some clay around it, just to kind of give me an idea of like what size I want to go for, etc. So let's see how that goes. Okay, well that's a sentence I never thought I'd say, but I've made Momo Skeleton as best I can anyway. I wish I had a lot more wire than I did. I had to take this off of something else that was packaged away, because I didn't really think about this before I started. How about that? Me not planning things very well. But yeah, it's just kind of the basis of something, because the ears are quite big. I thought I'd kind of include those a bit just to try and support it, because the way the face is shaped, he kind of has like little white ears really at the front, and then he has like the big flaps of skin behind him. I'm not making Momo sound very adorable, really, am I? Considering he is. And I'm sure he wouldn't approve of me talking about his flaps of skin. Merry Christmas, everyone. But yeah, I thought maybe they're quite large. They might need to be supported somehow. So I've got a few bits of wire for that. This could go horribly wrong. I don't know yet, but it's just going to be something to base it on. But yeah, I'm gonna start from the bottom, kind of build up the feet and the legs up from there, like kind of sculpt the main body for him, then probably put those arms in front. You can't obviously see it in the picture, but I'll probably add a tail behind as well, because he certainly has one. And then I think the head itself is going to be the most difficult job, because old Momo's very top heavy, bless him. So yeah, let's just see how it goes. Okay friends, it's been 25 minutes of me fiddling with this, and I've come to the groundbreaking realisation that I hate it, and I'm not going to do it like this anymore, because I think it's going to be absolutely terrible. I think I bit off a bit more than I can chew in terms of like sculpting the legs and the arms and everything in like the right scale and to make it actually look good and everything. Just wasn't working for me, I don't think. And it would take hours and hours for me to probably refine it and do it alright. I actually found painting over it with some water to like smooth it out again helped me a bit to kind of get them to stick on properly, all the different limbs. But I'm just, nah, it looks crap. So I'm going to abandon this idea, and I think I'm just going to make Momo's head, which seems kind of morbid, like we're just going to hang like a decapitated Momo from my Christmas tree. But I don't want to lower my self-esteem by continuing down this awful, awful path. So we're abandoning this idea. We're just going to kind of make, I guess, Not exactly a ball-sized Momo head, because that would be massive. But somewhat scaled down from there. I think we might be able to manage making the head, but the small body and everything, I'm just not good enough to actually make that, I think, and actually have it look any good. So I'd rather just abandon the idea and change my plans. So yes, let's see how just sculpting the head goes, I guess. Alright, very reluctantly showing you what I've done. So that was about 50 minutes it's taken me to make this. God, sculpting's hard, guys. I'm not happy with it, I don't like it. Hopefully, when I paint it, it will look half decent. I think it turned out better than if I'd carried on down my original path. I think that would have been a fucking disaster. But I'm still not particularly pleased with this. I haven't got the ears sticking up high enough, I don't think, angle-wise. Size isn't too bad, scale and stuff. I'm actually quite happy with the face. Hopefully once I've painted the eyes and everything on that tomorrow, like, it will actually really start looking like him. Because it could be Yoda right now, let's be honest. It could be Grogu. So, yeah, I'm not thrilled with it. And actually sculpting the ears and stuff itself, you know, there's a lot of cracks and stuff in the clay, but that's to be expected because I'm not an expert at sculpting it and making it all smooth and stuff. So using some water did help. It did look worse at one point, but yeah, it's fine. I'm not thrilled, but I'm hopeful that it will at least look half decent once I've painted it tomorrow. Yeah, it was tough. I kind of wish I'd just found a bloody blank piggy bank that I could have painted to look like Appa. But even then, we don't know if that could have been any good. So, yeah, that's going to be it for now. I'm going to leave that to dry, hopefully not fall apart overnight. So that's 24 hours that will take to dry. I'm going to come back and paint it and hopefully try and salvage something from it. I haven't put any wires or anything in it to maybe reinforce it to hang on the tree or whatever. I think if it came down to it, I'd just glue a ribbon on the back of it or something and hang it on and just hope for the best. But I don't want to ruin it more than I already have. So, yeah, I guess for you guys it will only be a matter of seconds, but for me, I now have to wait about 24 hours for this to completely dry. And we're going to see if I can do some kind of justice to poor little Momo. I apologise in advance, Momo. Could have gone worse, but it definitely could have gone a lot better. But, I did have to kind of improvise a brand new idea for this whole ornament on the fly because it all went wrong. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes tomorrow, but I will see you in just a few seconds. Okay, and we are back. So it's been just over 24 hours since I recorded the first section of this. It's now fully dried, there it is. Actually coming back to it, revisiting it the next day, now it's all fully dried and stuff, if the camera would like to focus on it. I'm actually not too kind of stressed about it now. I still could have done a lot better, and it's all very cracked and stuff. That's just because I'm not very good at handling clay and stuff, because I don't really use it. But overall, I'm actually, you know, I feel like we can salvage it a bit more with the paint. We're just gonna give it a bit of paint, see how it all comes together. Hopefully it'll be something that I don't want to just destroy. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so that was about half an hour of me painting that, and I must say I think it's really come together with the paint. As I reapproached it today, as I sat down, saw when it was all dry and stuff, I was like, I feel like I was a bit hard on myself yesterday, and then actually painting it now, I actually am really happy with it. Lighting isn't brilliant in here. I must say, I might include like a picture of better light. Oh, I mean, there'll be a better picture of it in the thumbnail probably, but yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Very nervous about the eyes, kind of getting the eyeliner, if you will, on it, and the little white dots kind of like show light reflecting on the eyes. That's normally quite difficult for me to do when I'm painting people or eyes or whatever, but that didn't go too badly. There you go, that's it in better lighting. Honestly, I think the most difficult part was actually mixing the right colours for the ears. I found that took actually a bit of time to try and get the shades right of the ears. Again, lighting isn't my friend because it's getting on. But I actually am really happy with it. I would still like to have done a bit better on it, but it's just going to be practice with using clay and stuff. You know, there's loads of cracks and stuff on the back, which is a shame. And I had a bit of sloppy painting, but I'm glad I went over the mistakes in white, and that's why I saved the white fur until last, because I could just cover all my mistakes with it then. And I do wish the ears were still angled upwards a bit more, because I think that's a bit more accurate to how Momo actually has his ears. But overall, I actually don't hate it, and I thought I really was going to. So yeah, overall, very pleased with it. Just, you know, kind of a matter of sticking some ribbon onto it now, gluing some ribbon on the back. And I might even put it on the tree, maybe near the bottom where people can't really see it. But it turned out a lot better than I thought it would have done this time yesterday. I actually do think it's been saved a lot by it being painted. So yeah, I'm actually quite happy with it, and I wanted the Avatar video to go quite well, so I'm glad it has. I think that's a nice little Momo. Again, not perfect, but yeah, overall, a fun little time, fun little project. I definitely enjoyed the painting infinitely more than the modelling, but I tend to like painting anyway. So yeah, I actually ended up having a real good time with this. But yeah, that's going to be everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, thank you for those who watch my Avatar reactions. I bloody love doing them. I would do like a sit down thing as I was painting. That was the original idea, is like talk about all my favourite episode and my favourite character and stuff like that. But honestly, I find it so difficult to decide with Avatar because everything is just so good. Maybe that's something for maybe a separate Q&A, or we could discuss it in the comments. Let me know your favourite characters and your favourite episodes, your favourite villains. Obviously, up to and including what I've seen. Let's not spoil anything for me. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I'm glad I ended up liking what I made. I really didn't think I was going to. So what a great character arc for me during this video, which is appropriate because if any show is excellent with character stuff, it's Avatar. So yes, this was a lot of fun. And that is going to be everything for this day of Christmas. Still plenty more of them to go, of course. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. We will be continuing Avatar well into next year, and then obviously starting Legend of Korra as well. But yeah, thank you for your support on Avatar. It's been an absolute pleasure reacting to it this year. It's been easily one of my highlights for the channel this year. And I'm glad I produced something that I'm actually quite pleased with to represent that in a fun way. So there we are. That's it from me and from little Momo here. But yeah, until my next video, thanks for watching.